What's up, everybody? Good morning. Can I hear me? Good, good. I pretty much lost a lot of my voice, so I don't have to be talking too much today. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Better, better, better. All right, let's get going here. Congrats on the movement. Thank you. The new office, but I haven't finished. I haven't finished it yet. I'll have to film with my phone and show you guys, but I haven't even tested the camera angle. I've got a whole nother desk going on back there. I haven't put the Rocket Scooter sign up, but I kind of kept everything somewhat the same. Good morning. Good morning. I mean, I kept the angle the same, the computer the same, the mini fridge is there. Rocket Scooter's gonna go there. There's a door there. There used to be a closet there. Now that's the door that goes to the rest of the house. Oh, dude, thanks, man. The whole upper floor is gonna be streaming. 2 offices, 2 different streamer rooms, fully decked out. And the middle room, we haven't decided. It's gonna be some kind of like just badass production facility. We're gonna I have like a little nook up there where I'm gonna do a lot of my filming for my commercials and stuff. It's gonna be nice. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. I jump on Zoom as well, but let's first stay back, get everybody here. Hang on YouTube for a little bit. I'll probably stay on for like an hour, half an hour. I had like a crazy near-death experience this weekend. I gotta tell you guys about it. I wrote about it, but I didn't tell you how crazy it was. The middle room is pickle serving room. Oh, that'd be great. All right, so it looks like we've rolled into March contracts. So a lot of the references today will be for the H25 contract, for NQ, and for ES. As you guys see, the DD band has been achieved on NASDAQ. So I don't trade outside of that level. You guys know that. So it's usually typically a sit-out day. Above it, I don't short back in. Oh yeah, I'm making the Harry Potter room pickles room. I thought about it. We thought about doing something like that, taking the door off and just making like a little thing. So I tried everything I could to set everything up as best as I could to mimic what it used to be like. So if something seems off, like the sound is off or whatever, let me know. I took the delay off of this stream as well. Okay, we're capping up, going. Let me get my pencil tool here. I don't want y'all to hear me sniffling the whole time. Oh, come on. Where'd the pencil tool go? Where's my drawing tool? Okay. Task manager didn't open up. Do it again. Try this again. Did it open on a different screen? Oh, there it is. All right, all right, let's get our liquidity map. Should be up pretty soon. So out the door, resilience greater than 0, half gap go. If we do break and go from here up to DD band S&P, Nasdaq's already hit that, so I don't normally trade there. We're still working on getting the table fixed. It's requiring a rewrite of the bot. CME Group moved all of their performance margins, performance bond minimums like margins to span 2s display. So we have to rewrite our bot. So Nasdaq is doing like a similar thing. However, it's outside, it's out of balance. So Nasdaq right here. No, there's really no trade set up today on Nasdaq, like not by my style. So DD band is roughly there, and the roll up here is only 4% of days close above, and 96% of days will close below. But I don't short a bull market. Because it looks like be a delay in our data today. They're talking to tech support right now. See what's going on. I do no trades up here. Outside of the band is a sit out day, which is good. Missed the move, but there's nothing there. No trades. Down inside of here, there's a snapback trade to there for us greater than 0. Now, liquidity map, we're waiting for those to come through. There's a delay in the input, so yeah, we're looking into that. It's just they have to pull the data again. Man, my first day back, I don't have time to deal with this crap. What's going on in tech support? Okay, looking into it. Check on my server real quick. Dude, okay, so I had the craziest. Excuse me. I had the craziest weekend. I'll tell you guys in just a little bit. Servers are good. Servers are up and running. So I'm going to see what's going on with them. Friday had an option rotation attack QQQ. Yeah, good to hear. All right, let's take a look and see what the sectors are doing. Ideally, a day like today, you want to see the market pull back a little bit so that I can get in on a long. It's not a chase long day. I need to get a bounce on something. So it's good. Longs are still winning the game, right? We talked about this last week. Some rotation. Tech is leading the way, and consumer discretionary is leading the way. So tech, that's obviously related to Nasdaq pushing so hard. Tech is doing good. Comms are doing bad. So Nasdaq's not going to get the best of its momentum, but still going to do pretty good. Wow, I'm so glad that you guys are here. Almost 200 people again. Love you guys. All right, we're here. Good. All liquidity maps are coming through. Yeah, no trade setups. MHP support is always a trade on NASDAQ. That's something we're looking for. SPY right here in the middle. Okay, let's talk about SPY because SPY is the one that still kind of qualifies. SPY up to DD band is a good setup. Inside of here, obviously this is a really good trade. Res greater than 0. Press the top of box. That's an awesome pivot. MHP is always a reversal, so be careful on this one. Here, there is a short setup, only if the MRES is less than 0, the orange one. That's what I'll take. So there is a possible short setup. Anytime you're below MHP, keep that in mind, okay? It is a short setup, and NASDAQ overexhausted itself with comms doing bad. Could be a sell day today. This could be, guys, this could definitely be a sell day today. SPY's below MHP, all right? It's another 20 points first, yeah. So we're kind of sitting in no man's land right now. Long scalps are available from... See, this is the problem. I don't like trading this. I don't like this either. We have definitive pivots on the side, and NASDAQ's blasting up. So taking a look at this, if there is support here, there's a chaser there. So those are the pivots I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna ignore everything else. So that's the strong ones today. What do you guys think? That's it. Check the news. Better to wait. No diddle in the middle. Okay. The one thing is about like my room that I built. Deciding on how I want to do everything else. Like, first of all, I painted this room this like dark, gnarly green color, and I upgraded my acoustic stuff, my acoustic panels. I'm gonna do panels like all around the room. Behind me, there's gonna be a whole second desk with a whole nother monitor. And so I'm gonna have like 2 different trading computers. So what I'm doing, like, because I'm trading in so many places right now. I got my personal account, I got my ETF live account, I got my Apex PAs, and then if I do another trading contest, it's like I have DOMs everywhere. So I'm gonna have my contests and other things on another screen. That way I can, like, you guys will see me like go back and forth. Yeah, I think about doing a 2-camera setup. I'm thinking about doing like another camera, like filming the whole thing, like essentially like over here or something. It's hard for you guys to see, but this room is like a long, narrow room. I get like 3 extra feet this way. It's the same width, but I get like 3 feet this way. And I'm not doing like the poles with the lighting. Like I'm not doing neon lights anymore. I'm doing more like professional music studio. So everything here is like dim ambient lighting. It's really cool. I'll have to show you guys pictures when it's done. What's up, guys? What's up, Danny? Is the ticker MMQ and MES available to trade? It is. You can connect any futures broker to Rocket Scooter. So yeah, I have the panels. Let me show them to you. Hold on. So these are what I have. So I have their fiberglass here. Fiberglass 2x4 RLX. So I used to have some in the corner traps, but now I'm gonna do 8 of them around the room, and then the corner traps as well. Yeah, they're really good. They're hard. They were having a sale at Black Friday. They weren't so bad. They're a little pricey, but they're better than the what I used to have was just the squishy foam, and I had the big squishy foam panels, and I put those up all around. And the fiberglass is just a whole nother level of quietness. It's really nice. 6 of them was $1,000. That was the price. So they had a sale. So they're, what is it, $160 a panel? It's pricey, but the room is like, it's so, there's zero, like literally zero echo. It is so crisp in here when I started talking. Even my voice sounds like shit. I was like, wow, okay, it's good. But with all the stuff that's going on here, it's exactly what you want. Like, problem is I don't have a fan yet, so it's hot. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I don't think I'm gonna trade half cap. It doesn't look good because what happens is, remember, keep in mind, I'm not gonna trade half cap. So Rich said something like that. I'm not. I don't think it's a good idea because NQ, it's right at NQDD band border right here. Right. So you're like very short. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Essentially, that is NQDD band. Right. So if S&P hits this, it's like longing off the NQDD band. And I usually don't like to take that trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this pull back a little bit. Try to get a good entry point. Smoky boat. So Rocket Scooter, you can't, Edge Clear is a futures is a I'm sorry, CQG is a futures API that connects to a bunch of futures brokers. You can't do equities trading in here. Or you can just use the information from equities. The new room is so dark. I know. I love it. I don't have any lighting set up yet, though. That's like the next step. All I got so far. Market. You need to buy the market data all the time. The live market data gives you all the information. I'll be right back. I got this. I got the sniffles. I had to. Smoky, that's correct. That's typically what people do. So until we get ability to connect to all brokers, that's right. You can just use essentially if you can we can do pretty much any futures broker for the most part. Any equities brokers we don't connect to those yet. You just have the information and then you trade with your other broker. Yep. Ransom said it. That's correct. CME changed where they published their margin requirements. They're having to rewrite the web scraper. That's why the DD it takes a little bit because like essentially what we do is I wrote like this protocol. We have a bot that scrapes the CME website every time they update. And then it reads all the margin requirements and then it pumps it to our database and does the calculation. It's like web scrapers are fishy. We're going to try to like in the future incorporate some kind of like AI so it can adjust. But if they have all their data in like a CSV table, and there's like, there's values here, X, Y, Z, and then all of a sudden they move this one here, they change the format, or they have it in a different link or something, the bot just breaks. Like they had to modify one tiny thing on their website and the bot breaks. This time it wasn't as easy because they actually moved their performance bond minimums from span 1 to span 2. That's a big deal. They're like trying to remove support or like essentially we should get the data from here. But if you look at this, like the asset classes it's so weird. Look, they're not listed anymore. So in the span 1 scans, they don't have the margin data. But they moved it So they so you can't get them there anymore. But in span 2, they have your equity index products there. So we have to write our bot to get it from here. As you see, in span 2, now the clearing has set different rates for longing versus shorting. How about that? And that's one thing I got to do is like I have to research. I need to read up on span 2 because I don't know why there's a different risk associated with shorting versus longing. And why long maintenance would be higher than short maintenance. You'd think it the other way around. As shorting is more volatile, and higher volatility means higher margins. So it's interesting to see how your maintenance on a long versus short. This is S&P futures. You guys see that? It's different. Dude, my brain is not working to do fucking math this morning. Ugh. Jump is speaking today. Do some hot pot with some herbs. Yeah, dude, I was eating pho the last couple of days. You want to hear about my near-death experience? Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I had a life-changing moment this weekend. Life-changing. Like the scariest moment of my entire life. No, hands down. Anyways, you guys see that? We got it. We got to get the data from here. And since it's not an easy translation, you know, the guys are like, well, we got these, which data point that you want, right? We need to base our DD bands and margin requirements on one of them, right? Which one? That's the question. Now, the difference is so small. $100 on 140 is like way less than 1%. So on a $30, $40 maintenance requirement, it's just going to be realm of noise. You're not going to really see much difference using one or the other, but it would make sense to use the bigger one, the more conservative one. James, yeah, I got it for you. And if I have like snot on my face or I'm like wheezing in the microphone, don't hate me too much. If I'm grossing you out. All right, let's take a look at this. Yeah, market's probably not pulling back. It's looking good today. A little bit of bull liquidation, stable, and still bullish through March. It was good. Okay, let's do the greater market. Okay, we have our data pool has been frozen. Again, our intermediate data handler is having delay issues. We re-pulled the data, and then we got lumps of data, and then it froze again. This is on the data provider side. We're getting timeout requests from them. So until we get 50%, it'll show the DD ratio. But I'm going to tell you something. DD is greater than half. It probably is. Has been. With tech booming, it's certainly greater than half because tech is higher percentage of the market cap. So 2, MHP. SPY is less than MHP. Okay, that's bearish. So we don't have a really strong bull market. Number 3, this monthly map, right? Monthly map is bullish for now. Mean reversion, mean reversion, mean reversion. So there is support right here. Let me zoom in. Easier to see. So let's read this, right? You guys know how this works. This is bullish, not bullish, not bullish, not bullish. This is each one of these is the day. So like by Monday, Friday, and then next week. So it's like where this green line intersects is bullish. So we're back to being bullish at 606 in January 13th. That is definitely bullish here. But from here to there, it's choppy. The idea is that I'll buy at bull zone bottom. I'll buy at bear zone top. So my supports are here, right? You guys see that? So over the course of the next week or two, you can see that there is possible support. Like essentially could be like a small of a topping pattern. But any dips like this, I'm back in on to rally. So the way that you read this when you're trading in the middle, remember I always take the long bear zone top. Right, so I'm just going to draw this as supports. Okay. So this is support. It's not the it's not the most bullish setup. It's decent, but it's not the most bullish. It's still got good support. We don't bet we break the bear zone and keep going, but we're below MHP. So of the three things, DD is the only thing holding us, which means I'm weakly bullish. SPY less than MHP, no bueno. Monthly maps not long and strong. It's kind of just stable. So you guys see that? It's kind of like a topping pattern, but it's not a sell-off pattern. Let me start over. Topping just means the momentum is stopping for a little bit. NASDAQ, strong and bullish. But you can see there's bull liquidation from here as well. So NASDAQ is reaching an exhaustion point right here. Volatility is starting to expand. You guys see that? The first of the year. So the bull side going higher means bulls are selling. Bear side going lower, bears are selling. Bears are exiting shorts. So covering, selling. And again, NASDAQ has support like in here. So any selling pressure in NASDAQ is going to kind of hang there for about a week and a half, and then the volatility gets bigger. So you don't really have good strength on the monthly map either. This could be a topping pattern. I think we're going to exhaust that rally. There is not really a lot of strong bullishness anymore. I just went robotic. Am I all right? Can you hear me? Is my voice good? My mic, dude. So I upgraded to 2 gig internet at the house. The neighborhood that I'm in is fantastic. It's beautiful. I gotta drive around and take some pictures without doxing myself, but we have this giant gated community now. All the houses here are fucking massive. I mean, like massive. Like people in this neighborhood leave their garage doors open. That's what it's like. And I'm in the city in Houston. I'm in the city. There's like security guards that drive around and stuff. It's so weird because where I was before, it was like a gentrifying area, and like the part of town I like to live in, like the artsy area, and like, I mean, my car got broken into maybe 10 times the last year. I've had a pair of sunglasses stolen every single time I left one in there. People will be sleeping on my garage on the driveway. People steal your packages. It's like it's like city life, But this is also in the city. But like driving through at night, people's garages are open, and you look in there. There's like a Porsche, and they got boxes and shit, and like nobody steals from them. It's like Richie Rich gated community. So crazy. Now IDOC wanted an upgrade, so we were looking. Yeah, I know I should have moved a long time ago. We were saving aggressively because we didn't want to. We didn't want to pay mortgage insurance, so we put 20% down. That was kind of like our goal. So, I hate wasting money, and I think, it's a good time to get in. I really think that interest rates are not going to fluctuate much to the downside, and premiums are only going to go up as demand picks up. Demand is kind of low right now relative. Upgrade to a safer place, yeah. So SPY today, there's support from here to here. Yeah, you driving around, it's so beautiful. Like the roads are like lined with columns, like giant concrete structures. It's like bridges. It looks like Europe. And then there's like these water trails, like in between the roads or in between the rows of houses. There's just like almost like Venice. There's like water trails leading up to each house. And there's like waterfalls splashing out. It's really nice. Normal things, exactly. And Houston's just not that beautiful to begin with. So where we lived, it kind of feels like, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a Richie Rich suburb, but it's in Houston. And we already like met some of the neighbors. Some of the neighbors seem like Karens, some of the neighbors seem really nice. People are a little standoffish to new faces. It's that Karen mentality. Like one of my neighbors, we parked, there's an alleyway between the houses where the street meets the driveway. And like I was parked in front of the person's house across the street. But it's Friday, and I think everybody's at work and Friday in the daytime. I walked around and like looked. It's like nobody's here. It's like my car is parked in front of someone's house, so I can get stuff out and just unload the car. Like my tech stuff, I don't let the movers take it. Anyways, girl walks out and was like, and I go, "Hey, I'm the new neighbor. I'm Matt." And she just looks at me like, "You're blocking my trash." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's like, "Yeah, it's pickup day. You're blocking my trash." I was like, "Oh, can I move it? Can I move your trash like over here?" She's like, "No, that's not where it goes." I was like, "Oh, well, I'm just unloading my car for like 10 minutes. Is that okay? I didn't think anyone was home, or else I would have asked." She's like, "Yeah, but they just, it's just not, it's trash day." And I was just like, "Are you a robot? Like, what the fuck? Like, I can put your trash in front of my house really quick. They'll come get it. Or if the trash truck comes, I'll move really quick. I got a handful of monitors and stuff." She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe, maybe just move." It wasn't like, "Oh my God, new neighbor, nice to meet you. What's up, bro?" It was kind of like Karen mentality. I was like, "Oh fuck, man, hilarious." But anyways, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna win this chick over with kindness. I'm gonna walk over there with a bottle of champagne and be like, "Hey, thanks for letting me park in front of your house, girl. That's not my life-threatening story. Yeah, this chick pulled a knife on me and tried to stab me." No, I'm just kidding. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, our neighbors are cool though. The ones we've met on the sides of us, pretty cool. They're all $1 million plus houses, so it's like everybody is the guy next to us is the lawyer. Everybody else on the same row as us. You just look at all their garages. It's like fancy cars, fancy whatever. So they're all well-to-do folks. Here I am looking like, here I am with my skull bracelets and wearing like band t-shirt and parking in front of someone's house, looking like the guy that's going to be selling crack to everyone on the block, literally, because I'm sick. My hair is all fucked up. I'm wearing all black like I normally do. He probably was just like, "Oh God, who's this guy?" But the neighbor next to us is pretty cool. He's a lawyer. He plays golf. He's fun. He's funny. So, anyways, I'll tell you my near-death experience story. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm just memeing. She's pretty cool. She's just the neighbor was just kind of like Karen, like, but that's what you trade. You leave the city life where everybody's cool. Where I came from, it was like gentrifying area. It's like gigantic houses and then Section 8 houses next to them, and everybody you talk to was just cool. It's just like a cool person, nice, friendly. People just make and do, getting by. But here it's like that whole, I pay for the rich area, so don't block my trash. And it's just like, okay, I'm gonna win these people with kindness. I'm gonna kill them with kindness so much. But yeah, I was like, I normally would have gone door to door and knocked and asked, "Hey, I'm gonna park in front of your house for 10 minutes. Is that cool?" But I was just assuming it's Friday, nobody's gonna be here. It was a complete empty street, so. But apparently, I forgot in the world of COVID, people sometimes work from home. So, all right, no trade day today. Unfortunately, I don't have any setups. There's this. There's this. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Okay, so Saturday morning, I spent the majority of Saturday morning in the hospital. Urgent care. NASDAQ is outside of DD van. There's no trade. Remember that. Our rule. I don't trade outside of DD van. I sit out. Remember, 96% of days close below, 4% close above, and I don't short because I don't know how high it goes before it pulls back. And even so, with the NASDAQ monthly resilience greater than zero, it still has some setups here. So in NASDAQ, the best setup is from here to there. That's the best setup. So up here is like it moves relatively exhausted, right? So basically, what happened was Friday, like I started feeling sick Wednesday, like sore throat. We had a friend in town who was staying with us, and I probably caught a bug or something. Um, I started feeling itchy throat, and because we were all like eating like community style, like sharing food and stuff, and I started feeling like itchy throat. Thursday, I started feeling really sore throat, and then Friday, I woke up Friday just feeling like dead. And I did the worst possible thing Friday because Friday was move day, and we were moving stuff in our cars as much as we could. Um, but then we had movers come out, and I popped an Adderall just so I can burn through it. Best and worst decision of my life. Because Adderall completely dries you up. If you ever take it, and I don't really take it much anymore because of my blood pressure, but I still got my Adderall. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take Adderall and burn through it. And I was on fire. I was carrying boxes up and down, up and down. I should have been resting, but I didn't feel it, and I basically burned through it. Got everything moved in. I'm carrying things up and carrying things down 4 stories at the other place, up 3 stories at this place. Like a champ, dude. Like I was like in high school again, just like chomping up the stairs, carrying heavy boxes. And then like basically at night, I started feeling like really heavy congestion in my chest. Um, and then I woke up in the morning, and I woke up wheezing. I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. What's going on? So I went in the shower to like turn on the steam and put some eucalyptus in a little cup and let the shower splash in it to like do that. And then I started like feeling something coming up. And then the night before, it's really, really gross you out by telling this, but the night before, we were selling some of my old computer stuff on my marketplace. So we went out and met someone in a public place so I can sell some old computer gear. And I coughed up like this loogie, and it was nasty. It was like rock hard. I'm talking like, I'm going to gross you guys out so I don't be eating food. Like, it's almost like rubber, like an eraser. Like, those little rubber erasers? It was like that hard. I coughed it up, and I could feel it like it was like coughing up a pill. And I was like, in my hand, it was really gross. So whatever mucus I had was hard. I'm talking hard like a rock. So whenever I started loosening it up a little bit in the shower, and I started trying to cough up, I couldn't even build up the pressure to cough. Like I couldn't breathe in enough to build up the pressure to cough. And all of a sudden, like my airway was completely restricted because I lodged it a little bit. It was like that. And I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And I was like freaking out. I was in the shower. Fucking crazy. And the panic sets in. I feel like you're drowning. It was the craziest thing. And I'm like yelling at eye doc. I'm like, help. And she's all the way downstairs and outside with the dog. And like basically like started getting like I'm panicking, and I like fall in the shower, and I'm laying there like hunched over. I can't breathe. And I get up and I grab a towel, and I'm like running outside. I'm like yelling for eye doc. I'm like, doc's her name, but I'm like yelling for her. She can't hear anything. And then I'm running down like the stairs, like completely butt naked, like freaking out. Like I felt like I was suffocating. And I was like, I'm ER. I can't breathe. And the only thing I could do was like little breaths, like that. And when the panic sets in, it starts to get worse. So your heart's beating fast. So you're trying to breathe and just freaks you out even more. So we jump in the car and went to the ER. And whatever it was just so thick for like the next like 3 hours. I just couldn't. I was sitting there and they were just monitoring me. They put me on steroids and all kind of stuff, which loosened everything up. They put me on this breathing tube and everything. And it just like cleared it up. But basically, that happened to you, DJ, and your throat locked up. You couldn't breathe. Dude, I'm going to tell you, my life flashed before my eyes. It was that scary. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't, like when I was at the urgent care, it was funny. Like I thought I was dying. And I don't take medicine. I'm never sick. I never take medicine. And when I'm sick, I don't take medicine. I'm such a bro about it. And like, as the nurse is giving me medicine, I'm like, what is this? And she goes, oh, it's Tylenol. I'm like, no, thanks. Like, I'm even refusing medicine while I'm in the ER. I'm that kind of guy. So if I say it was bad, it was really bad. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm dead sick. I'm just going to burn through it and still move. Or I have a broken leg. I got another leg. I'll just hop around. That's how I am. So it was like 15 minutes of the moment that it happened to where we finally got to the ER. And as soon as I got there, I run up to the counter. And I'm like, I can't breathe. And then like she brings a wheelchair out and they wheel me in the back. And I'm just trying to calm myself down and breathe slow. The panic is what made it worse, but the idea that you couldn't get a breath in was the weirdest feeling in the world. They did chest x-rays to see if I had like bronchitis or pneumonia or something. It was nothing. It was just mucus. But it was so hard. And the night before, that's what made it crazy. I remember I coughed it up. And iDoc's in the car. I was like, this is nuts. Do you want to see it? She's like, gross. Throw that out because it's in my hand. I was like, and like it coughed up in my mouth. And I was like, before I spit it out, I was like, oh, what is that? Literally rock hard. Like you could probably bounce it on the table. Like a rubber ball. And so here's a word to the wise. Your decongestants and all that have ephedrine in them. Don't take one of those and take Adderall on top of it. You'll completely dehydrate yourself. That's what I think I did. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't even smoke weed. I'll do gummies for my THC because I don't want anything in my lungs. So I don't smoke. I don't like smoking at all. I don't even like being around people that smoke because I don't want to fuck up my lungs. Yeah. Come on, no trade day today. Let's watch S&P. Let's see what's going on here. But the feeling, let me tell you something. The feeling of not being able to breathe. It's like, it makes you think the minute when you can't breathe, all that you think about in life is, I would do anything to be able to breathe. That's the thought going through your head. Anything. I would give up anything to be able to breathe. To have those thoughts going through your head, it's the craziest feeling in the world. I couldn't care less if my business failed. I couldn't care less if my trades failed. I couldn't care less if I went bankrupt. I was like, I would give everything I have right now. Please let me breathe. That's what it's like. And it makes you think like the stuff that you take for granted on a daily basis. The moment you lose the ability to your basic function, right? Nothing matters. It's like an eye-opening experience. So, it's crazy. And I just remember like being in the shower thinking like, and it was weird because I wasn't like scared. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I mean, my body was panicking, but I was like, this is how I die. I was pissed. I was like, fuck, this is a terrible legacy. Dying in the I was like, not even mad. I was just like, I was kind of embarrassed. I'm like, they're going to fucking find me butt naked, dead on the shower floor. So I was more like, this sucks. This is how I go. This is the worst. What a terrible legacy I left. I couldn't have died heroic doing something, saving a kitten from a train track or something. IDOC's going to walk up 2 hours later with the shower running and my blue corpse is just laying there butt naked. Like, I don't want people to find me that way. Anyways, I was just more like pissed. I'm like, this is how I go. This is stupid. Yeah, I was mad. I was more like, I was like, people are going to see me like this. That's what I was really thinking about. But no, your body panics when it can't breathe. And so even my zenful yogi brain couldn't meditate through it. It was pretty bad. He passed away heroically, butt naked. I will not die in vain. Why is he holding a towel and laying on the floor? I don't even know. Yeah, so what they found out was that I was so dehydrated from the move. Because remember, like, I was taking, like, Adderall, any kind of speed or ephedrine or amphetamine will completely dry you up. And I wasn't drinking enough water. I was up and down the stairs, and just working my ass off, from 7 a.m. all the way until, 9 at night. And so I was just so dehydrated that the mucus was so thick. Like people that have cystic fibrosis have that thick mucus that I can't imagine what it's like living with something like that, where you feel that all the time. It's the mucus is so thick you can't expel it, and that was the case that I had. It was just so thick. Why the Adderall? Well, whenever you're sick and you're feeling groggy and feeling tired, any kind of speed will dry you up so that you can burn through it. But the minute you come down, you're bad. I should have drank a lot of water. That's what I forgot to do. So I basically did it to myself. Anything that you take that has any kind of ephedrine or speed in it, like I had a friend that used to take diet pills and she was sick, fen, or ephedrine is in all your cold medicine, or Adderall, or even caffeine, anything like that. It dries you up and it like allows you to function. You essentially burn through it. So you're no longer stuffy. You're no longer voice. You actually talk again. So it's like, reserved for it. And Adderall I just have because I have ADHD, but I don't really take it much anymore. So my tolerance is low. So when I took my normal dose, I took a quarter of my normal dose, just a little bit, but man, that I burned through moving. I was like a hero, but I should have been chilling. I was dehydrated, but we had an aggressive move schedule. We had everything happen in that day. The AT&T guy came out. They were, delivering all the furniture, delivering all the appliances, all that stuff. Richie still can't breathe, right? Oh. Zen doesn't work when instincts. Oh, yeah, gas and breath. No, Zen doesn't work. Not at all. Let me tell you what I realized from that moment. I'll tell you the other half of the story. Why'd I draw that? I'm sorry. That arrow was supposed to be this way. Why'd you even tell me? Yeah, John, it was crazy. Smoky Boat, your phone died. How would you use ARC Rexy data to trade weekly credit spreads, iron condors? Here's an example. So a lot of our setups here. So when this ratio is greater than half, which it is, this is support 90% of the time under ideal conditions. Now we don't have ideal conditions. We have monthly map, not necessarily Super Bowl. We have like some of our conditions aren't ideal. So even when it's not ideal, it's roughly 70%. We train you on all of this. Under all conditions, this is 80% chance. 80% of days close above this blue line. Currently, 70 to 90%. We're on the lower end of that scale. We'll support there. And on this one, 90% of days will close inside of it as well. This is back test. So these are high volume pivots. This is market maker gamma, and this is bull zones where bulls are predominantly winning. So you have an iron condor. You have your don't go, right? Areas. Very high probability you stay inside here. So you'd frame your condor around this range, short term. Does that make sense, Smokey? So an iron condor, right? I'll give you an example. So you would sell your legs, like you would sell your calls right close to here. Sell your put there, and buy your put outside of here, and buy your call like arbitrarily higher. So basically, on your condor side, you're betting. Smokey, does that make sense? Yeah. So the idea is that, again, when I say high probability trades, I always like to correct people. So these are back tests, and I'm the biggest proponent against back testing, mirroring real life trading. These are the back tests of where you open versus where you close for the day, which is important for an options trader. These are roughly the statistics of that. One of our next iterations earlier in the year is going to have real-time updating back tests of the current conditions. These are conditions that are good. Like all the conditions are good today, minus a couple of your greater market conditions. But the idea is here, statistically, 90% of days stay in here, 80% of days stay on. You close on the same side of the hedge pressure that you open at. So the idea is you're going to buy, call, and buy put, because if you break hedge pressure, the 10% of the time, it's a pretty nasty squeeze. Your call will kick in. Same thing if you break bull zone, it's a nasty squeeze. Your put will kick in. So the idea is you're going to sell calls to bet that it stays in here, sell puts that it stays in there, and you're also iron condors also benefit from low volatility because essentially what you're betting on. You're betting on big breaks not happening, and when you're trapped between two hedge pressures, iron condors are the best kind of trades to do. Actually, Ashton Nolan invented this trade that I'm telling you about using Rocket Scooter. He's the one that came up with that idea and taught me that. So anytime you have your high probability pivots towards each other, iron condor is the way to go. So anytime you're up in here, if you want to leg in separately, you can buy your cheap puts, sell your expensive calls. Anytime you're down here, you can buy your cheap calls and sell your expensive puts. That's how people do it. So the percentages are not this success rate of you as a trader. That's why I always have to make sure that the legality is said that. That is the probability that where we open and where we close, that's the probability of that based on a back test. And this last back test was like a 6-month back test for this guy and this guy. This one is more like a 2-year back test. Yeah, saying that the market will stay between those two pivots. Would I buy puts above MP? Yeah. Well, the idea is if you hold on, wait, you said would I buy puts above MHP and calls below? No. When the small percent thing happens, lower percent, less probable things tend to be more severe. I don't trade in the side of the market on the low probability setups. So if this, again, is an example, if that's 20 and that's 10%, number one is I don't take low probability setups. They can be severe. So like you said, would I buy puts up here to bet that it comes back down? I wouldn't. If it breaks, I don't trade against it. If it breaks, I don't trade against it. That you're bag holding at that point. Like in futures, if this breaks here, you guys, I don't short futures back down in here. The market wants to be bullish. If it breaks bullish, it can likely be severe. So I don't ever bet against a bull break. So that's the idea. If it falls here, I might, if I'm just scalping, I might buy calls here. Like if it falls to here, I'll buy calls and exit them out in my next pivot. Something like that, yeah. Oregano tea, sweet with honey. Lemon will clear your chest. Somebody told me pineapple juice works as an expectorant because there's enzyme in it. and I've been slamming pineapple juice, and it has gone from like coughing up rubber balls to like waterfall, dude. It's a whole night and day difference. Pineapple juice. I don't know if it's a wives' tale, but it's working. Or at least I'm coughing some up. Chopped garlic with honey and diced onions. Let it sit for 12 hours. Take like cough syrup, chew and swallow a chunk of the garlic. Interesting. I never thought of that. Which what is it inside of those? Um, the acroleons. I forget what they call the material that makes you cry. That's what your grandma made you do. I'm just laying off the stimulants. That's all I'm gonna do. So no trade setup today. Don't forget, you guys. Elite Trader funding. Right, you guys can still. We still have a thing going on with them. If you buy, oh, and we're supposed to have a drawing for lifetime memberships. So if you are subscribed to our program or our platform, on December 20th, we'll have the first of a couple drawings for Christmas time giveaways. I'm gonna push it out because I've been sick and moving. Give you guys some time to enter. Essentially, if you buy two different ones, if you buy $250 worth of Elite Trader funding evals in any way, shape, or form, you're into like an actual drawing that we're gonna do. So essentially, there's like a fishbowl. This is a fishbowl, I promise. Your name goes in the bowl every time you buy $250 worth. Like you pay $250 worth after the discount. So if you're doing your elite, if you're doing trader funding programs, I trade through them. I'm a live funded trader with a real funded account with them. So I trade their real money. You put it in the bowl. Your name goes in the bowl, and we'll draw it out. We're going to be giving away like cool stuff like lifetime memberships, maybe like trading computers at some point. You know, once we accumulate enough from there, we'll start giving that away as prizes. So if you guys are using trader funding programs, I'm going to do that. The bot is posting the link. You'll get entered to that. And then, of course, that says November 10th. I need to change that. That's not correct. I didn't think I put a date on there. We're going to start the drawings after January. Wipe. We already gave away. Yeah, so no setup today, unfortunately. Robert has the magic. It will also make a soup with garlic, onion, and cayenne. Ooh, that sounds good. So after, yeah, like after I had my crazy experience, it was nuts. Like I was just like laying there in the ER in the urgent care, and you know they had the IV in me and stuff. I had to go on a breathing tube, and like everything cleared up, and I was like starting to get stable. But it was just like every time I'd cough, it would get constricted again. So I kept jumping up from the hospital bed and like running to the bathroom and like trying to wheeze and cough it out. And you get back from that, and then you just realize that nothing else in your life matters except for breathing. This is the one thing that kind of came across. And I was like writing on Twitter, and like a bunch of people like in the futures industry were like being real supportive, like Pax and Anthony Crudeli and Anne Marie and all them were like, you know, Pax had a near death experience this year too. If you guys know Pax Trader, he's an OG in futures. And I were talking, he's like, you know, he had something happen to him. He was near death, and he's like writing some nice things. He's like, you know, it really makes you put in perspective what's important in life. You know, we focus on too much like nearsighted stuff, petty squabbles, how to make more money now, how to move into a house, all that stuff. It's like you focus so much on those things, but the moment you feel like your life can be taken from you, even the thought of it, it's like nothing matters anymore. You would do anything just to be able to breathe again. And it was like this whole eye-opening thing. I'm like, I gotta really like appreciate everything I got in life because I got it pretty fucking good. So that's it. And when you could, I was, you know, I'm just sitting there. I like, you know, normally when you're trading, you're like, man, I would give it. You're like, dear God, I would give anything just to make this trade work. I'll be a better person. I'll give the money away to charity. I'll help kids. I'll save puppies. I'll do anything. Just please, please. I'll be a good person. I'll visit my parents more. And you like, you know, you make dumb prayers, right? When you want money and stuff. But like when you feel like you're dying, you're like, I could care less if I'd rather live under a bridge. I'd rather have nothing. I'd rather be dirt poor. I would do anything to be able to breathe. You know what I mean? So such a it's like it's eye opening. And then like I came out of that like nothing matters. Like I'm so chill right now. Nothing phases me. If I lost everything I had tomorrow, I care less. If I lost the house, I care less. Alex's not listening. She's like, don't lose the house. But like seriously, just nothing phases me. Like I'm just kind of standing like 20 feet tall right now. Like like life is pretty good. Like I know I stress out about a lot of stuff. Like what happens if the data feeds down, you know, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, well, you know, we'll fix it, you know. You had an aneurysm, dude. One of our friends' parents had an aneurysm. Um, and he's a vegetable. He can't. Well, I don't know if this PC to say that, but he can't move. He can only move his eyes. He's bad. He's bad, strict ridden for the rest of his life, and he's constant care from his family. He survived. Um, that's scary. Just pop. That's crazy, Neil. So, but the whole point is the realization is you can't take life for granted. Um, Life is the best thing you got, and it's short. You know how short it is. I was reading memes today on my phone when I woke up, and to find out that Jumanji's a 20-year-old movie. That's how short life is. I thought it just came out like a couple years ago. You know what I mean? I like things that like how old these movies are. The original Superman is like 45 years old. Fight Club literally came out 25 years ago. That's how short life is. It's been, you gotta take my bucket list more seriously now. Oh yeah, on fire. This is great. This is a great feat for us to get the house and get everything moved in. You know, we're really excited. Well, it came out 14 years ago. Jeez. All right. So MHP has a possible resistance. I don't normally short it when MHP is less than 0. I will. It's outside of D-band, yeah. This is that leg on resilience greater than 0, which I don't normally take. This setup, this is regular res greater than 0. Yeah, but the house is really cool. The neighborhood's really cool. Like, we're in the middle of the city. we're in the kind of like up and coming area where everybody's sort of moving to now, the young professionals area. It's a whole different crowd. It's like in this city, but it feels like a suburb, and it's very rare for Houston to have that. And so where we are now is all new builds. It's all really nice. Giant area, gated. There's security guards. I already met those security guards. They check everybody in. They take your photo if you don't live there. You drive through, it's just grand. Like you're driving through and everything is just grand. It's really nice. It's pleasant. Now, I used to be, just kind of like, I'm very low key. I mean, I have like nice stuff, a nice car or whatever, but I'm like the least flashy trader in the world. I mean, I wear like I've got a Miles Davis t-shirt on. I usually wear like a bunch of skull bracelets and necklace. I mean, I dress like a aging rock star. I don't look the part. I'm not like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, like I have Louis Vuitton shoes, but like not like, Rolex. I just never was like a flashy guy. Well, I was told I do need a watch. A nice watch is a statement piece, so maybe I'll get one day. I'm more like invest money in things that generate wealth. I've always been that way. So I met the neighbor and he's like, so what do you guys do? And I'm like, oh well, she's an eye doctor, and I run a couple companies. One's a tech company. I'm a trader and YouTuber, and the CEO of a tech corp. And he's just like, oh, cool. He gave me that you don't look the part look. I love it. I love getting profiled everywhere I go. I don't ever look the part, which is good. I don't want to ever look the part. I don't want to walk up and people go, what does he do? Look at his shoes. He must be important. People get to know me, they like me, and then they ask, and they're like, oh, well, that's cool. No, that. RS is a great service. Some of your friends appreciate it, man. I'm like, yeah, I built a training platform. It's an app, and an app for traders. I have a big following on the internet and a big community of people. I've been on a bunch of podcasts and TV shows and financial networks and stuff. And they're cool. They're cool. We don't have a light membership, Rogue. Where does it say light membership? Go to rocket.place. That's our new website. We say we have like basically a monthly membership. There's a half price trial for the first month. We used to have a light on the old site, but yeah, the old site. We're going to decommission that old site. So, yeah, Amazon is, so let's kind of look at it. Bullish liquidating, bearish liquidating. It's volatility, and the Nasdaq has the same pattern. volatility is picking up. So volatility is the wideness of it, right? So it's like diverging at the top. I can't imagine up until the new year that we can't have some selling somewhere. That's what I think we're going to get. I think we're going to trickle up. And then keep going. So I think that the end of the year is going to finish like that. I really do. Tech's going to exhaust and probably not trend down, but slam down, like 2 or 3 really nasty slam days. Yeah, it's going to be for the first month, it's 99 a month. First month, for the first month. And then it's $199 each month after. But that comes with a lot of stuff. And again, we might have promotions where it's like where we do like a lock in a monthly rate at 150 or one whatever. We might have promotions like that. And when we do, you're always welcome to take advantage of that. Very rare that we do though. So, but I'm going to tell you what we do is a daily, right now we have a daily Zoom call in the morning with no delay. The YouTube is slightly delayed. I'm not doing it because I'm sick. But in the afternoon, we do a Zoom call training session. We do what's called the 20 Days Profitability Mindset Masterclass. It is by far the most popular thing we've ever done. It's a 20-day course series that we repeat every single day. We go through course 1 through 20. We get to the end, we start over. It is a masterclass in all things profitability. It's to treat trading like a business. It's to tell you stats on the market you never knew. It's to tell you an undefeated trading strategy that wins all the time. The undefeated trading strategy is we propose this theory, and all 20 classes support it. And the theory is as follows: is that if you were to take a dartboard, and we prove this mathematically, take a dartboard and you were to put a clock on it, and it was market hours, 9:30 to 4, and a monkey with a blindfold on it threw a dart, and the dart hit the dartboard. The monkey would therefore long the S&P in any derivative he wants, long at a random time, and all the monkey does is change the size of the position. That's the only handle, is your size, under the assumption that you lose 20 days in a row. And each time you lose, you adjust your size smaller, such that, so you lose smaller, you lose smaller, you lose smaller, such that at the end of day 20, you still have half your account left. Sounds like a bad trading strategy, right? Well, believe it or not. So after 20 days of consecutive losses, and each day you lose less and less because you size down, so that on day 20, you've lost only half of your account. Did you know that is a winning trading strategy? That strategy wins over time. Not only does it win over time, it wins a lot over time. Randomly long the market and just adjust the size of your position. Ultimately, the market will go up and you will win. As long as you maintain half of your account, you will make back all of your losses. There has been no period in time when this trading strategy has failed. And so we start on that premise that it seems like there's no strategy. There's just a time strategy, random time, and you only long. So why is it that us as traders spend so much time trying to apply a trading strategy to ultimately lose against the market? The market goes up and our trading account goes down. We're working too hard against the tried and true fact of the market. And the tried and true fact of the market is that, given enough time, the market goes up. So what it trains you to do is it changes your mindset completely. And the courses, like I said, people are on their third and fourth iteration, or third iteration of these courses, and we're going to keep repeating them. Thousands of people have already signed up for it. It's been like the most popular thing we've ever done. And the idea is that it's not your trading strategies that's losing, it's the betting, the size of your bets. You're not betting correctly for the risk you're taking. And we teach you ways to do that. And the way that the monkey makes money is that the market historically goes up. 70% of trading months are green. And of the green months, the overwhelming majority, less than 20% of them, sell off a third at the top. But when it comes to red candles, of the 30% of market candles in the last 10 years that are red, this is a monthly candle. Roughly 60% of them, 60%, will wick up a third or greater of their loss by the end of the month. So while 70% of monthly candles are green, the green stays green. It doesn't sell off. And the 2 or 3 times you'll have red months in a row, they usually regain a third of their loss or better. So when you do the math, the majority of the market either rallies throughout the month or rallies at the end of the month. As long as you survive the downturn, you'll make money over time. And the goal is to survive the downturns. And we train you on that. How to avoid the market when there's possible downturn. And that's the trick. Market sells off. We have signals to identify that. Like an example, if you lose bull zone, you open a bull zone, you close in bull zone roughly 90% of the time under ideal conditions, 70% of the time under non-ideal. And we're kind of like floating in between here. We're closer to this end today. So if the market falls into the 30%, I just get out of the way. I let it fall and I don't try to short it. I just let it do its thing. Avoid downturn as much as possible to try to take the 20 days of losses to improve on that. I'm trying to focus on, so you have no trading strategy. You will make money as a trader if you just manage your losses. That's the postulate of the market. So it boils everything down to risk and position management. It's the size of the position you're taking. If you blow up your account, you're betting too big. If you blow up your account, you're buying when the market's falling apart. You're shorting a bull market, which goes against the probability. So the idea is identify when the market's bullish and take the opportunity to be long. When the market is bullish and sells off, get out of the way. Don't try to short it. Don't short a bull market because the market always goes up. Assume that the market wants to be bullish all the time. And so I'm basically always waiting for bull setups. Now, I will take some bear setups under certain conditions. An example is the 90% pivot rate of MHP. I will always take this scalp right here with a small position, one of my smallest positions, only if this orange line is less than 0, which it's not. So because of that, I'll sit out. So I have no short setup today. Market's just bullish and trickling up. That's kind of how it works. So the idea is that when a bull market is selling off, I'm not trying, okay, let me short it today. Or the bull market's going up. Oh, I don't like this. Let me fade it. I'm always looking at the market based on this principle of these things called greater market. And this is what you'll learn in the classes. So the monkey has to just long the market all the time. Well, we're going to give you something better than the monkey. Instead of randomly longing, we're going to give you a framework. When is that market actually bullish? We have 3 indicators. This is the first one. This ratio says that the net sum of the market cap, 72% of the market cap of stocks in the S&P are in a bull zone, which basically means stocks are bullish. There's a check. Okay, so that's good. Number 2 is when the S&P is trading above MHP, which it's not. This is a bad sign, actually, for the market. Less than MHP. So we have a turnaround. Like it's starting to. Usually, all 3 of these things are strong and bullish. This week, this is the red flag. This is the warning sign. So number 3, we talk about monthly maps. So what this is this is SPY's monthly gamma, and it's right now it's a gamma negative. So monthly options are being shorted against right now. So that's downward pressure. It's going to lack the momentum to go higher. Monthly maps is more of a sideways thing right now. It's not bullish or bearish in the short term. So our strong greater market is still 1 bull, 1 bear, 1 sideways. The way that works is when any of the 3 are bullish, I'm still bullish. So even 1 of 3, I'm still bullish. I'm just slightly bullish. Okay. So 1 of them's good, I'm still good. For me to be bear, all 3 of them have to go down. So for me to short the market against the blind monkey strategy, I need to be overwhelmingly convinced that the market is selling off. Does that make sense? Rogue, that should answer your question. So the idea is any sign that's bullish, I take the account that 70% of months go up. So any bull sign, the stocks are up, but the index is down. Okay, the index is still going to try to go up. And you see it's still trying to go up. Yeah, maybe at the end of the day it could sell off or something. But you see that even when one of the signs is bullish, the day is still trickling up. Is why I'm not waking up trying to fade this, right? The bounces are still getting bought up because the stocks are still very bullish. And then I look at the sector, tech is just booming today. So the idea is that, okay, now when any of them are bullish, I'm bullish. So I wake up and say, okay, what bull pivots can I buy today? And I use the idea that we're going to be lacking momentum to say, we might get a sell-off. Okay. So if this sells, then where are my long entry points? Oh, well, 80% of the time we bounce off of there. Okay. So what I'm capitalizing on is let me let the market trickle. Let me let a midday sell-off collapse the market. Let me long right here to get a scalp back up to my next pivot. This is a high probability scalp. I'll make 10 grand if that happens. But in the middle, I'm just not diddling. I'm not buying against the lack of momentum. I'm not shorting the bull market. You see how that makes sense? So the idea is that we give you these fundamental framework to outperform the monkey, if you can, is to see when the market's bullish and bearish. Clearly, the market is still slightly bullish, so I'm not shorting it. There is a pivot off of here, but this is a confluence indicator for that. If that number is positive, then I don't bet against the orange line. So unfortunately, I've got no short set up. If it does sell off, I'm just going to watch it and again get my long pivot here, and I'm especially going to long here as the second place. So you get 2 long entry points today. High probability. So that's what you'll learn in those courses, is that the courses will teach you when to identify. The market's almost always bullish, how to identify a bull market. The greater market, if all 3 things are bullish, I'm hitting the bull pivots hard. When one of them is just bullish, I'm hitting the bull pivot soft. And that's how I'm throttling a potential loss. If the market sells off today, there's a lot of momentum to the downside. I'm kind of catching a falling knife, but I'm expecting it to bounce. But I'm going to trade it very small because one of those 3 things was bullish. If all 3 of those things are bullish, I'm along with a lot, like a big trade, right? So I'm throttling my position. The more confidence I have in the bull market, the bigger I trade. The less confidence, the smaller I trade. But it takes a lot to convince me not to be a bull. That makes sense. And I historically trade like an 80% win rate with that mentality. And again, my results don't imply your results, but the idea is I don't overtrade. I wait for the setups and I take them. So Neil selling call options above MHP. That's a great strategy. Yep. Wait, your 83.67 win rate on my trade challenge that I did? Oh, that was it. Oh yeah, I competed in a trading competition. I won. Was it 84%? That was my win rate. I keep saying 80. I guess it was 84 then, huh? I think only shorted like 1 time in that whole contest. And the market zigzagged a lot. It didn't just go straight up. I usually trade whichever one provides the better setup. If the DD band has been broken on QQQ, then I don't, on NASDAQ, then I don't trade NASDAQ. NASDAQ has support here. NASDAQ has a good setup here as well. It matches where SPY would pivot. I usually trade whichever one looks stronger. Higher resilience is typically the stronger trade on the bull side. But in either case, they're both strong. NASDAQ is out of balance, so I'm not taking any trades here. The S&P is the more likely candidate. But whichever one has the stronger pivot, I usually wait for. And if I can, I'll trade S&P as much as possible. SPY is easier to manage with the amount of contracts I buy. Like, NASDAQ will move roughly, like, SPY, if I'm looking to make like 10 points on SPY or 40 points on NASDAQ is like my normal stop loss, right? And when I do 2 contracts on SPY, 10 points is $1,000. When I do 2 contracts on NASDAQ, is $1,600. So NASDAQ for the same amount, dollar for dollar, 2 contracts each. My stop loss on the S&P, just discreetly, because I should be trading micros to scale it down. But if I'm trading minis, you're going to have a 60% Nasdaq's going to move 60% faster. So the idea is that per contract, if you just buy one mini in both of them, Nasdaq will move you roughly 60% more dollars than S&P for the same move. They pivot on the same amount. If you made 500 on S&P on a move, somebody that's trading Nasdaq would have made 800. Okay. So the Nasdaq moves faster. The loss is also bigger. But it's roughly 60% faster. Tick for tick. Per contract. So you have to take that into account. When you're trading Nasdaq, you have to scale your positions a little less. So if your normal on S&P is like 2 or 3 contracts, Nasdaq it'll be like 1 to 2. Mr. Clutch, what's up, man? First time rocket scooter after binging the vids, streaming for a few weeks on Q's today. Not outside of TD band when I've been a trade. That's it. You nailed it. That's what I would have done. I would have longed resilience mode too. Yeah, 100%. Resilience greater than 0. I would have longed here to the DD band. And since we're already broken it, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly the trade. We call it mode 2 resilience, where the top of the RDZ is support, which is here. Only if that white resilience is greater than 0, which it is. This white number here. So those of you that are just tuning in, these yellow numbers and white numbers are tiebreakers here. Let me draw the color so it's easy to see. They're color-coded for your convenience. The white number here, so this Nasdaq has one. It's a confluence that's looking at what all the stocks are doing. It's a tiebreaker here. I'll put the word TB here. At this middle of this white box is a stash line. If it's greater than 0, then it's pressured this way. If it's less than 0, it's pressured this way. This is the gap. So today we closed here on Friday. We gapped up here today. The yellow one is confluence here. It's just tiebreaker. It's not even to a pivot. It's tiebreaker here. That's the yellow one. So today on Nasdaq, when they're both positive, you're going to tell yourself you have support here and support here. So today, the low of the day is really strong there. The 2 different confluence indicators. So they're tiebreakers of this dash line, tiebreakers of this orange. For Nasdaq and S&P has one as well. Resilience is a second mode. So inside the box, the tiebreaker is here. Mode 1. Mode 2 is if you gap and go, or gap down and go. Resilience here. If it goes and bounces, you can long off of the open. So that we call it a gap and go, right? This is mode 2. When you gap up, do you fade the gap? Not if res is greater than 0, you don't. That's one of everybody's best and favorite indicators that we have. So mode 2 is if you gap and support, pressure's high. Like here. I didn't make any trades today. Because another thing I do is outside of the DD band, I don't trade. So I sit out here. It's a low probability run. I don't take low probability trades. 96% of days will end up in here. And as you see, this is likely to support. So as I showed earlier, you combine the 2 together. I'd love to see it sell off so I can hook it back up. Other than that, I'm going to avoid just paying this trickle along that just goes straight up because I don't really have much evidence that it doesn't pull back. The percentages are really low that it stays above the green band. That doesn't mean I short it. I never short it. I instead let this bullish move flush, and then I'm the trader in when it's flushing. That is the better setup. That makes sense, Clutch. I only trade in high probability zones. it's bullish and going, I'm going to miss out. I don't need to trade something that's 4% of the time going to stay up here. And it means it stays up here. It doesn't mean that it goes higher. It means we measure how many days does it close above or below the band. So 4% is here. So even this could like sell off and still be like buying up here is suicide. Because it can pull back, and I have no idea how far it can pull back or how far it can go before it does pull back. What I could do is I like to let it pull back, and I find my bull setup on there. Hopefully that makes sense. Yo, since I'm dying, I'll get up and stream for you guys. Y'all mind smashing the like button really quick? Yeah. Bottom right of the screen. We love that. Oh, by the way, do y'all like the color of the room? It's like a green color. Actually, that's exactly the color. The lighting is really good in here. The camera's not changing the hue at all. This is exactly what it looks like in my eyes in real life in here. That is the color I picked. And I got this like cream colored rug with green accent. And I've got this like light wooden floor in here. Dude, it's nice. It's like I'm about to have. So today, when I feel better, I'm going to put up these panels here. I'm going to have a whole second desk right here. The whole another trading setup. I got those money green walls, baby. Green for money. Oh, they're epoxying my driveway right now. I can hear them. They got the epoxy guy came out today. All of our garage stuff is in the living room right now because they need to epoxy the garage. So I'm doing the polyaspartic so that it dries faster. But in my living room, it's all the garage stuff is still there. I hate moving. I hope I don't have to move for a long time. So those of you, Mr. Clutch, you got it? Okay. So in reality, the focus of what we train, and as you've been paying attention in the classes, is that I don't take low probability setups. I try to keep my win rate high where it's manageable. So when market's moving like this, I'm missing out on a bull move, boohoo, you know. I can make 10 grand on 10 points. I don't see this as anything I need to take. This is a low probability area. You know, I want to take those really strong 90% pivots, 80% pivots. You know, this is probably 70 today. You know, 96 on down in here. Right, I have high probability pivots to play off of all day long. And if I get them, I get them. If I don't, I just miss out. Up in here, there's just nothing we're touching. Yeah. I'm going to turn the air on. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can show you guys some pictures of that. Oh, I did. I posted some in Discord. Let me see if I can find them. Actually, I tweeted some of them. Thanks for the love, you guys. Hit that like button. Let's go here to Twitter. I think we hit 14,000 subs on YouTube. We were at 10,000 a month ago. It's crazy. We're growing so fast. Okay, yeah, let me go back to like, let me show you guys. Hold on. When I just started, I'm like a day or two behind on my posting, but so it's me and iDoc, and we got our keys. I look so handsome when I'm not sick. That's us. Here's iDoc. If you guys have never seen her, y'all see her all the time. She's always bringing me eggs. So this is when we painted the room. This is the top floor. Top floor game room. We have no idea what we're going to do here. Some kind of media production studio. Maybe like deck it out. Perfect lighting. Lounge area. Like we don't know what we're going to do. We need to use it for something work related though. Her streaming room and my streaming room are on the same floor. And then we have this gigantic. And this room might even show you over here. This room, like you can see. Oops. You can kind of see like right here. There's like a walkway that goes into another little branch off. It's like a nook. Like this. And it just goes like this. Like, and there's a window here and there's nothing. It's just a window. And then like on this side of the wall, there's a closet. So it's like a storage closet. But there's this long inch. It's probably like 5 foot of space. It's probably like a 5 by 8 nook on top of this in this game room. No idea what I want to do. Some people do this in like a movie theater room, I guess. Like the vaulted ceilings and stuff. People put their movie theaters in here. Not really sure. But we have all of our streaming gear just sitting here. All my lights, all my cameras, everything. So we might turn this into some kind of something fun. That's when I had the panels up. Painted that. Went to the hospital. Almost died. Got the rug up. Got the desk in. Got the curtains, sheer curtains. But then now I have my dark blue curtains. My dark charcoal curtains up there now, so you can see them. Full blackout. Cable management skills. I got so much gear here. I have all this way of running the cables here. It's crazy how I do it. But that's to be ultra clean. Like you cannot see any cables when I'm done on the floor. It's like completely. I got it's viral, so they tested me. I don't have pneumonia. I don't have flu. I mean, I don't have a bacteria or bronchitis. It's just straight up flu. So this is the normal desk, big sturdy desk with all my monitors. This is At Deck. If you guys want like a professional monitor mounting system, At Deck, they are the supplier of Citadel and other big market makers and hedge funds and stuff. They make modular trading desk setups. So I order from let me give you guys, if y'all want some heavy duty shit, it's called At Deck. I get all my mounting equipment from them. So I have 3 freestanding poles, and they hold the monitors up. And these things are made of steel. They're heavy. So, like I don't like to do the monitor arms that do this because your monitors will wobble. These guys are sturdy. And At Deck does all of my stuff. And so here's the back to show you like kind of how the cables look. What's this mounted? And I'm going to post some updates today of what it looks like now. But the other side of the room is going to have another desk. When I get some energy to go out and build it. You have to manage cable. It took me 4 hours to do the cable management. So that was the biggest part of this. To run all the cables underneath. I don't do curved monitors when I trade. I have to have. So the reason I have so many monitors, which you don't need as a trader, is because I run the companies. You know. Like this is my trading screen. This is a trading screen. This has all of my DOMs over here. This runs my encoder, which streams. Over here is running my YouTube, and over here is Discord and chat. So I got to monitor like all the in-tech support. I got to do all of it. That's why I need 6 screens. And this one right here is a tablet. I haven't turned it on yet, but this guy, I could draw on this screen right here. I got to get this thing turned on. So this is where I can like have better handwriting for you guys. My other setup is going to be a 32-inch curved monitor. So my one behind us is going to be a big monitor and a laptop powering it. The other setup, for the most part, is going to be from you trading other accounts. Like when I do my contests. Yeah, no Zoom today, guys. I'm dying. I'd love to, though. A dual up monitor? No, what is that? Whoa. What? It folds? Is that what it's doing? Wait a minute. Looks like it folds. Let me read this again. No, hold on. No, it doesn't fold. What is this thing? It's 2 monitors in one? What is this? What is this miracle of modern science? It's 2 monitors on one screen. Because the aspect ratio is way off. It's got to be 2 monitors on one screen if it's a square. Vertical monitor? This is not 16 by 9. It's vertical aspect. Oh, maybe the picture is just misleading. Good for chat rooms and docs. Oh, so you mount it vertically. But see, you can do 2 horizontals like that. That's kind of neat. Let's go to LG site. That's cool. It's 27 inch, 16 by 18. So I guess you can do two squashed vertical layouts. This isn't going to be 1080p when you squash it in half. 2560. The first number is this distance. So 14. Oh, so it's 2 1440s. That's what it is. Vertically. Cool. By 2560. Isn't that 2K, right? 2K monitors. Cool. Yeah, so that's basically what the aspect ratio is. So this is 2K monitors stacked on top of each other, and it's 27 inches this way. So that's nice because yeah, so you can basically stack 2 screens on top of each other. I guess you can put your windows this way. So it's basically like having, which I have, is 2K monitors on top of each other. This would just be all of it in one monitor. You can use it the same way, yeah. Essentially what you're doing with this is you're taking exactly what I have, which is a 2K monitor here and a 2K monitor here on a stick, and just squashing them together in one piece. That's cool. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. It's like I have everything in one spot. So essentially what I'm trading with right now is actually 3 of those. In a way, it's the same aspect ratio. Yeah, and I swear by it. If you have to do a lot of stuff, it's perfect. You definitely need like up and down. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. The reason I can't get it in one piece though like that is because my monitors are spaced out. Because I have like in the space, I got cameras and lights and stuff. Dude, this coloring in this room is cool looking. It makes me look like pale though. Well, I probably haven't seen the sun in a while either. And like I haven't shaved in a long time either. And I haven't had a haircut in a long time either. But y'all like the color of this room? Is there? I need to get the rocket scooter sign up here. I need to get that guy going. I'm gonna get some shelves maybe. There's so much to work on. Vin, you're so much more focused and solid with your trading. Very nice, very nice. Hey bro, we moved by the way. I know you were probably paying attention earlier. But you moved too though, so I forget which area of town that you're in. You moved to. Vitamin D, zinc. Yeah, you moved recently. Yeah, text me. Okay. We're gonna throw some like housewarming party or something. I'll let all my Houston peeps know. You guys, you traders, can come out and hang out with us. Well, all right, you guys, head over to the Discord. I think I'm gonna call it. I need to go rest up a little bit. No trades today. Head over to the Discord. We'll be chatting with you guys. Any questions you have with us, let us know. Don't forget to sign up for the monthly stuff. For the drawings we're gonna have. Our 20 days courses are still going through. No course today because I can't talk really. But we're going to pick back up probably tomorrow. Being part of that, you're going to learn a lot from us. There's a reason our community is kind of going big and viral. Like I said, we went from 10K to 14K subs on YouTube in like a month. It's been crazy how much love we've been getting. The courses are really taking us off. People are taking those courses and just like, there's nothing like it. You go read the reviews at Rocket Place. I promise you'll have some fun. And if you want to, like I said, I want everybody in the trading community to have a fighting chance. And our courses aren't technical analysis courses, not chart reading courses. We don't teach any of that stuff. We teach you how to bet as a trader. It's a betting class. It's literally how to bet. It's like me teaching you poker. The entire book is how to bet with the hand that you're given. It's not which cards you need to stack up to get a royal flush. This is what you got in front of you. This is the odds, and this is how you bet with these odds. And that's the only way to make it as a trader, is to have a betting philosophy. I made a tweet this weekend that went kind of mini viral. This is, you need 3 things as a trader. Just 3 to succeed. You need a mental fortitude that comes with the following. You have A, B, and C. You need to bet size. You have to have a stable betting scale where you never go off your max under your min. So your wins and losses are controlled and consistent. For B is the risk. It's how much you're willing to lose when you're convinced the trade is wrong. And part C is the confluence. It's the scaling. It's a sliding scale that tells you how to scale your bet. So normally you're going to bet on the risk you want to take. If your confluence is low, you're going to bet smaller. We talked about that all day today. Those 3 things are all you need to beat the market. You're not a charting strategy, a trading strategy. None of that's going to matter if you can't bet properly for the risk that you're taking and have confluence, which is a way to scale your bet. And poker is the same thing. You're given hands on the flop. There are odds based on the number of people at the table and the amount of cards there. You have a certain bet that you make, and based on the probability of the outcome of your hand, as the conditions change, you look around the room, and as cards get dealt, your probabilities change, so you change your bet. That's how poker players make it. That's how traders are going to make it. You have a way of measuring odds with high probability odds, things happening, and I scale my bet accordingly. It is a course on betting. And if you do that, that's where your success comes as a trader, betting properly. We can't promise you success, but that's where success comes from. It's not the indicators that are going to be magic numbers that are going to give you a place to enter and exit and you'll win all the time. The way that you win is managing how much money is on the table. That is how you win money. That's how you not lose money, is betting properly. And the monkey, in the example that we give, all he does is bet properly. And he just randomly longs the market at a random time of the day and still wins over the course of time. To show you that betting properly is the only strategy that works. That your charting strategy, your enter and exit strategy, it can be random and you can still make money. So that's what it is. We'll see you guys in Discord. Love y'all. Post up in there.